Morning everyone, it's Mrs. Alexander here and welcome to Remembrance this week. This week we'll be remembering courage, bravery and sacrifice of all the servicemen and women who have given so much to us over so many years. This morning's assembly, however, will offer some space and time to reflect on remembrance through poetry. These pieces of literature provide imagery and storytelling of the bravery, commitment and sacrifice offered by those that served in both the First and Second World Wars, as well over 100 years on. Please take some time today to listen and reflect on the 3 poems we will share with you, considering what role you can play in showing gratitude to those who have given so much.
First World War poetry developed as a response to the conflict, where language became a reactionary attempt to understand soldiers' own experiences. Written by the British poet Wilfred Owen, Dulce et Decorum seeks to describe the realities of trench warfare. Its imagery immortalises the sacrifices and the bravery of the soldiers on the Western Front.
Bent double, like old beggars under sacks, knock-kneed, coughing like hags, we cursed through sludge, till on the haunting flares we turned our backs, and towards our distant rest began to trudge. Men marched asleep. Many had lost their boots, but limped on bloodshod. All went lame, all blind, drunk with fatigue, deaf even to the hoots of tired, outstripped 5-9s that dropped behind. Gas! Gas! Quick, boys! An ecstasy of fumbling, fitting the clumsy helmets just in time. But someone still was yelling out and stumbling and floundering like a man in fire or lime. Dim through the misty panes and thick green light, as under a green sea I saw him drowning. In all my dreams, before my helpless sight, he plunges at me, guttering, choking, drowning. If in some smothering dreams you too could pace behind the wagon that we flung him in, and watch the white eyes writhing in his face, his hanging face, like a devil's sick of sin. If you could hear at every jolt the blood come gargling from the froth-corrupted lungs, obscene as cancer, bitter as the cud of vile incurable sores on innocent tongues, my friend, you would not tell with such high zest to children ardent for some desperate glory the old lie, dulce et decorum est, pro patria mori.
When we think of the First World War, we often think of the Western Front, the battles of the Somme, Mons, and Passchendaele. Yet it is important to recognise the global scale of the conflict. Estimates suggest that around 4 million soldiers from across the British Empire fought in the First World War. The gift of India is a tribute to the contributions of Indian soldiers who fought alongside Britain.
Is there aught you need that my hands withhold, rich gifts of raiment or grain or gold? Lo, I have flung to the east and west priceless treasures torn from my breast, and yielded the sons of my stricken womb to the drum beats of duty, the sabres of doom. Gathered like pearls in their alien graves, silent they sleep by the Persian waves. Scattered like shells on Egyptian sands, they lie with pale brows and brave, broken hands. They're strewn like blossoms mown down by chance on the blood-brown meadows of Flanders and France. Can ye measure the grief of the tears I weep, or compass the woe of the watch I keep? Or the pride that thrills through my heart's despair, and the hope that comforts the anguish of prayer? And the far side glorious vision I see of the torn red banners of victory. When the terror and tumult of hate shall cease, and life be refashioned on anvils of peace, and your love shall offer memorial thanks to the comrade who fought in your dauntless ranks, and you honour the deeds of the deathless ones, remember the blood of my martyred sons.
As the current Poet Laureate, Caroline Duffy's The Wound in Time reaches beyond both the First and Second World Wars to reflect on how war is present in our own generation. Examining the legacy of the First World War, Duffy's sonnet acts as a reminder of the importance of reflecting on the past.
It is the wound in time, the centuries' tides chanting their bitter psalms cannot heal it. Not the war to end all wars, death's birthing place, the earth nursing its ticking metal eggs, hatching new carnage. But how could you know, brave as belief as you boarded the boat singing, the end of God in the poisonous shrapnelled air, poetry gargling its own blood? We sense it was love you gave your world for, the town squares silent, awaiting their cenotaphs. What happened next? War. And after that, war. And now, war. War. History might as well be water, chastising this shore, for we learn nothing from your endless sacrifice, your faces drowning in the pages of the sea.
There will now be a moment of stillness for you to pray or reflect on the poetry and the words that you've heard today. You may want to consider the questions on screen. What part must we play in bringing peace and compassion into the world? And how can we take this message to reflect the message to love thy neighbour as yourself? Please take this moment to reflect.